do that's my thing. I love love. About the show, any questions? Any questions? Any questions? Any questions? Any questions? Any questions? Give the people what they want. Any questions about the show? About the reality TV show, actually. So, guys, about the show. What show? Oh, the reality TV show. Oh, sorry, I wasn't accurate. Any questions about the reality TV show? Are we coming back for season 2? That's a nice question. Do I even know? I don't even know. Yeah, I am blushing, right? Any questions? We want season 2. It would be great to have season 2. It would be great to have season 2. I think with season 1, I think abantu abaninzi banifumene ndigowa. Season 1 ended. I think abantu abaninzi banifumene ndigowa. So when season 1 ended, or when we even started recording it, I was going through quite a lot, in terms of depression and, depending on alcohol, in terms of for me to actually to cope with everything that I was going through. And I think what makes the show everything that it is, according to what I've heard, is how people feel like they relate to Bala family. But what I think the show has done for people is that we've shown people how, and not to be what me as a Phelo was in the show was to show myself as who I am and what I'm going through at the time. I think people are calling me. People are calling me. Why are they calling you? I don't know. You must watch Kondrila. Okay. So I think what then happened with me in the show is that I was expressing myself as to who I am. Yes, of course you'll be getting new music from me. I'm going to studio next week. But you'll see that on my feeds. I think what happened with me in the show, Benko, and basically when we shot the show, it wasn't like what you see like immediately. It was shot before, so therefore people thought that I'm still in the same space, as when we were shooting it. Yet, I mean, I've had probably 2 years to deal with everything that I needed to deal with. 2 years, basically 2 years to deal with everything that I needed to deal with. And when I thought it's time, I'm back in Joburg, by the way. I'm back in Joburg. People think I can't talk, but depression can do so many things with you as a person and how you deal with things. Like for me, if I don't want to talk, if I don't want to answer to things, sorry guys, there's so many messages. If I don't want to talk and I don't want to answer to things, so what I'll tend to do, I'll clench my teeth. And it's a psychological thing. I've learned to do that. Yes. Get branded by. Okay, I'll say Melissa. Melissa, fair point. Look, like I say, like at the time, it was at the time. When they say last kicks of a dying horse, right? I felt like that was the end of a certain era in my life. It really was a dying era in my life. I had to now look at Phelo and see Phelo, right? And for who he is, for his faults, for his goodness, and because we are people not only for our bad deeds but our good deeds as well. So I think at the end of the season of the show, it was the end of that. It needed to happen, and unfortunately it happened in front of everybody. It really happened in front of everybody. It can be humiliating, but also it can be empowering for some of the people that also feel exactly the same way as me. I I don't know what the future has in store for me. I know what I want for myself, and we may plan and plan and plan as to what we want, but we don't necessarily know where we're going. I do feel different. I've moved back to Joburg now. I do feel certainly very different from how I felt before. That going away process of me going back home, it was necessary. I need to find myself again. To regain my strength again. And I don't know what life has in store for me. I know my plans, but as God says it in the Holy Bible, in terms of it's almost we make Him laugh about our own plans, because He's got His own plans for us. And I think people find it weird that, but He can't talk and we can actually hear what He says, and people don't really get you as a person, and they think that they've determined as to who you really are. But you're so much more than what the eye can see. Right? And that's what I've always felt about myself. You're so much more than what the eye can see. And I don't mean to be poetic more than I've never done a live. Well, I've done a live, but it's been a while. It's been a while. Yeah. Next question. Sorry, man, Melissa, you had me going on at that. You're back to me. I love this for you. What is the meaning of my name? The meaning of my name is Phelo, ne? So you can either say Siphelelo kanye Luphelo. Usually given to the last born. But Cloud City Phelo, I interpret it as the end. So for me, when you say the end, it definitely means to me it's the end of so many things. And I think me being born was not in vain. Was definitely not in vain. Whether it be for my own family, whether it be for people around me, my friends, or anything, there's a purpose that I've been given to be here. Diluphelo in pain, diluphelo in suffering, diluphelo. But it takes time. All of this stuff takes time. So that's what I believe my name means. Yeah. Next. I ooh so much strength. Oh man. Yo. As to where it comes from, look at this one. Saying emojis. I ooh so much strength, Kevin. I had to. I was bullied in school. Many people don't know, I was bullied in school, and being bullied in school, that forces you to have strength. I always felt like I was different. And this is not a thing of saying you're because you're different just because you're a person. I've always felt like I was different. I've always felt I was different from being a kid, and I was bullied in school, and I had to fend for myself, and I didn't like to talk about my things, neither to anybody. You know what I mean? So, and when I did talk about the things that I went through in my life, I felt that people started to betray me, even from an early age. But yet I still had trust in people. I still trusted people. And that's the hardest part, to trust people even when they stab you. But you still continue. So that only makes you stronger, I feel. Yeah. Anyway. Next question. Which school was I bullied in? Oh, that's an interesting one. I went to almost 10 schools. Almost 10 schools. Yes, those were many schools. I went to so many schools. I think for me, it created a thing of me not being able to actually be able to make friends wherever I go to. Yeah, well, so for me, I easily settle in. You know, yeah, I easily settle in wherever I go because of I've been to so many schools. You know, almost 10 schools actually, almost. If not 8 to 10, because I went back and forth with other schools. Yeah. Kasham, oh hey, Yolanda's in town. Hey Yolanda, would you like to get on a video call? Why? Oh, why was I not on the last episode where my siblings were with Utata Chafta? Well, I mean, you know, how do I even put this in a nice way? I honestly have never had an issue with my mom getting married in the first place, and I think the conversation that needed to happen is between the people that need to have the conversation, and I think it was necessary, and you know, yeah, I don't know what else to. Eh? I'm tired. You tired, baby? Sorry. So, Eshem Muntuam is helping me out with this thing. Sorry, baby. We'll be done just now. Yeah. So what are your plans while you're in Jersey? Hey, man. Obviously, new music. Absolutely new music. More honesty. You know, yeah, new music, more honesty. Just look out. I'm very excited about being back because I've never felt this way about Johannesburg. I used to hate this place, but I felt like, you know, this time around, like, you know, it's a time to, you know, for anybody who's been depressed and who's hated themselves, who's doubted themselves, who's thought that this is the end. I really feel like I might be the face of that, but I think that there's so many other people that are going to rise from seeing me fall, you know, and get back up again. And that's the important thing, you know. And let's get on the call with Kitty actually quickly. Yeah. Get into my piano. Oh, that would be great, actually. That would be great. That would be great. I mean, there's so much. There's so much actually to. Oh, you love the new Phelo? No, he's always been there. It was just shut down, kancane, you know. You mean? Oh, nguwe. Oh, nguwe. Uthi baby nguye lona. That they love the new me. Banguwe. Oh, chilling, yes. Hello from Swaziland. Sorry guys, there's so many messages. Yes, Shabong, oh baby, for new Monopelo boys. Hey, that's my friend Ayana. Please sing for Oh Baby. Oh, that would be nice actually. What should I sing then? What's your favorite song? Yeah. Okay. What should I sing? Okay. No, but look, I was telling a click. Look, I'm trying to think of a song. I'm not gonna flip the camera in a sec, please. That's there, but you can't really. Yeah, I'll sing some other day. So it's not about this later. Later? Okay, cool. Okay, cool. Kitty, there's Kitty. Also, did. All right.
Hello. I'm good, thank you.
Why is it fake? Yes, it's about fake. Yes,
Why get that?
I get it. Why is it fake? There's cool mamas. Manji.
Mina, I was waiting for you to sing.
I
was waiting for you to sing.
So, Nyabuzala, am I practicing as a healer? So I have to answer that, Kiri.
What is this? Okay.
So for me, it's important that I think I did mention on the show that it was important for me to get to know my calling first before I can actually just, do funny stuff, It's important because you're actually working with people's lives. So it's important for you to actually know what you're doing before you even start to heal. Because it's not fair. I mean, I'm counting 10 years now, almost 10 years. I started in 2014, it's going to be 2024 next year. And to think that you go from one sangoma or to another, you know what I mean? And that's not fair because like you're not getting the honesty or the truth of what you're supposed to do or whatever because people are just trying to make money out of you, you know? And you can spend so many years and some people die trying to find truth, right? I'm not about that life. I would never put myself in a position where I want to yes, I will talk and I have to talk about certain truths. But what I'm not going to do is to put people in a position where they trust in me so much with their lives, Joe. And the things that are happening in their lives, and I take chances. No, I need to be sure of myself. You must always be sure of yourself before you even decide to do things that pertaining to people's lives, because a person's life is important and it's valuable. So yeah, that's why I'm at. Yeah. So it was a question that was there. I had to answer it.
Okay, yeah, that's why I'm like.
Hey, you lost. Yeah, it was a question that was there. Yeah.
I feel like, I really don't want to ask you anything because you've spoken so much, and I think from what you said, I've got my answers. I wanted to ask you where you are now mentally compared to where you were when you guys were recording the show. But I can even hear how you speak and I love the fact that you were so open about your journey. You never hid anything. You gave us such inspiration to be like, you know what, it's okay not to be okay. Yeah.
Well, it's not content. It's real life.
You said content. I didn't say it.
Yeah, I mean, it was real life. It was real life. It really was real life. It really was real life. I mean, come on, dude. Like, I wish I was the greatest actor to actually explain the kind of things that were happening. And I think, out of respect of so many things, and I always say respect out of so many things. I mean, I could have said so many things about people, but I think there are moments where I do hold back as a person because I mean, you watch the show as well as a person, and you're like, it's actually, there's a friend of mine that said you should take some time to actually watch the show, and I'm like, I've been watching the show. And the only thing I thought about is like, Phelo the drunkard, Phelo the, who's missing work, Phelo who's not serious about life, And I thought, it is unfair, but that was at the point where I was at the time, and that was the point where I was at the time. And it needed to happen because, it's okay, it happened in front of people. It needed to happen because had it not happened, I would have been like most people who skip stages.
Yeah.
When you skip stages, and you don't allow it. Yeah.
And for me, the thing is, okay, sorry, I didn't watch the show. I love the fact that I got to watch it with you and how you were so open and free to say, no, watch. Like, watch, you owned it. You owned, like, you're not embarrassed about what you showed the world. You're not embarrassed about where you are now. So I feel like we really deserve a season 2. because we need to see this new you, where you are now in your headspace. Because it's such a beautiful transition.
There's he coughing. Yeah.
Why is he coughing?
Well, I mean, I don't know why he's coughing. Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, now I'm like, look, I will shock you all the time.
Yeah.
And I'll shock you all the time. And I think feeling fresh, and people don't like positivity. That's what I've gotten to understand, is that people really, they enjoy, and you know, they enjoy in Durban. But you know what? I think so many more people want a turnaround in their own lives, and but they need a certain person to actually prove by it's possible. It's possible.
Yeah.
Like, it is so possible to actually just like that. You know,
you don't even look like the same person.
I know, right?
Yeah.
And I just came from an event. Imagine, I came from an event right now.
And look at you. You look like you just got out of the shower.
Yeah, like, and being carried, you know, all over the place in the event. And that's who I was, you know. I'm here to tell my story. Yeah, man, I'm here to tell my story. And I think it's an important story to tell. Although it may be boring to people, because by time distraction, toxicity, and all of that, like, that's important. But, man, life is about touching people's lives. It's about making an impact. It's about legacies. It's about, you know, like, you know what I'm saying? It's not about you per se. It's about what you leave for other people. I like what you said when you said that we can't be friends and hang out and leave without having learned anything. No, just because that's leaving empty. Within friendships, like when you're chilling together, but you leave as if like, ish, drained. Yeah. You know, like like, you should be living in like with friendship, feeling like, okay, I'm ready for a Monday, or even if it's so again, and some like, I'm ready to handle whatever it is, and not but they would say, but yeah, I'll use an example, but yeah. Punzwandile, like back home, you know, as an example. More than it's like, have you not thought about it in this way? Yeah. Yeah, it's not an example, but it's true. It's true. It's true. This example is very true. And it's like,
Rabua, please.
Side conversation. You know? Hey. So you need friends that will be like, no, but did you talk to your brother? Like, when last did you talk to your brother? Like, you know what I mean? Those are the kind of conversations you should be having with your friends, where it's like, it's not like they pump you to just, you know, chef. Yeah, you know, Saipina tomorrow, and Saipina tomorrow, 6 a.m. So we're gonna. We're going to. Yeah, no, we'll talk tomorrow. We'll record tomorrow when we're back. Okay. Yeah, we'll finish this. Yeah, tomorrow. We'll finish this tomorrow. No, sorry. Excuse my love. Excuse me. Okay, bye bye, baby. I love you. No. No, we said I love you, but you don't know to answer baby. Yes, we share my life. I'm hanging. I'm left hanging. Oh, sorry, Vele. So okay, we'll speak tomorrow. It's fine. I think it's it's late. People want to sleep. We'll speak tomorrow. Okay. All right. So we spoke on a lot, my brother, friend, love you so much. Love you too. This was the end of the live. We love you loads. We'll see you tomorrow. Same time. Cheers.